What's going on, everyone? This is Dakisha Williams, your webinar strategist and business strategist. I am coming here for a quick training. We're going to talk about for a couple of days over the next 30 days or so, and we're going to talk about 4 key categories. So, number one is going to be mastering your message. We're going to talk about marketing your message. We're going to talk about monetizing your message, and then we're going to talk about magnifying your message. That's actually a new one that I've added in recently, but there's 4 weeks in a month. So here you go. All right. So we're going to start with mastering your message. And with that comes in really developing a core message. And so what that looks like is let's clarify your messaging. And what do I say with messaging? So when you show up and people want to know what is it that you do and who is it that you serve, the next response out of your mouth is going to be messaging. And so it's very important that it's very clear and very specific. Oftentimes, if you've been in the coaching and consulting space, you know that people, or we have a tendency, I'll say we, because I remember when I first started, I wanted it to be cute and catchy and all that different stuff. But we really wanted to be very concise and very clear. So for an example, most people know me. I was going to say everyone. Everybody don't know me. Too many people in the world. But I am mostly known for being a webinar strategist or webinar queen, right? So if you're watching this on any platform and you can identify with me as a webinar queen, just type a 1 in the chat, all right? I like to know who I'm out here talking to. I want to make sure that I'm not out here talking to myself. So with that being said, all right, so the first thing is my core messaging has always been period, point blank. I pride myself on helping my clients who are coaches who use speaking to grow their business. Notice I didn't say like speakers, keynote speakers. I work specifically with coaches who use speaking to grow their business, to create consistent leads and consistent revenue in their business using webinars. I don't know how much more clear and concise that I would be. So number one, I spoke directly to the audience that I'm serving. Now, here's where we get thrown off, because a lot of people will say, well, do you work with realtors? Do you work with tax professionals? Do you work with loan officers? Can I work with them? Absolutely. Like a lot of people don't know, I have background in the mortgage industry. So of course I can help them, but guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to help them generate leads and create consistent revenue in their business, period, point blank. Right. So don't get so caught up when you get clear that you feel like you're going to limit yourself, because now I can go one step further and say I work specifically with female or women entrepreneurs or coaches who use speaking to grow their business. Right. And I remember my brand used to be pink. I'm looking for something around here that has like my old brand on it. But my old Visions Consulting brand used to be pink or kind of like a purplish. I don't remember how we came up with that color, but we shifted over to a blue, black, and white. And there is some meaning behind the colors with the brand and things like that. However, I did not want to think that people felt as though I only worked with women. So we did want to make a brand shift. And we've done that in the last 4 years. We made a brand shift from pink or purple to more of a blue, black, and white. And so you'll see every now and then, you'll see most of my branding. There's a blue, black, and white. But again, it speaks to the fact that I don't necessarily limit myself or say that I work specifically with women, because I can work and have worked with men in their businesses as well. At the end of the day, if you are a coach who uses speaking or your voice in order to grow your business, then you could be a potential client for the Get Ish Done Tribe Mastermind or membership, right? So with that being said, I challenge you, and to those that are, under the sound of my voice, I challenge you to sit back and think about, like, what's your core message? of your company? And if you haven't created it, what do you want that to look like? What is the core messaging for your company? So that's going to be who is it that you serve? How can you help them? The results that you get them or can get them, the transformation that you provide. That's most of the core, your core messaging. Now, here's the beautiful thing about it. You can create training, you can create signature presentations all around that core messaging. Because when you think about it, and we'll talk about this over the next couple of days, but as you think about it, when you take that core messaging, now you can start to speak to them based on some of the problems that they have and the solutions that your company can solve, right? So that's kind of how we make these videos and the content marketing strategy that we come up with. So just I want to wrap this up because I'm trying to keep my videos super short. But when you are clarifying your core message, number one, who do you help? Who do you serve? What is it that you help them with? What transformation do you provide? Make it very, very, very clear and concise. And then, oh, this is the piece that I miss. How do you create that connection with your core audience? So for me, I always would create the connection using my story. And I've shifted my story over the last 6 years. Now, I've been to several speaking trainings. I had speaker training after, I mean, some of the greats, Dr. Willie Jolly, Dr. Sherwood, Dr. Delator McNeil, Dr. Ruben West. Who am I missing? I've even been a part of some of Andy Enriquez. So some of the top speakers in this country, I've worked or trained, I worked with them or trained with them or under them. So with that being said, my story has evolved over time. And so I remember when I first started, I used to introduce myself as just that chick that lost the same job twice, building a successful business from the comfort of her home, right? Then I was, oh, I can't even remember. Then I was hashtag longest leave ever. A lot of people have remember or recall me teaching or introducing myself as being on leave of absence, still on leave of absence, hashtag longest leave ever. Why? Because I wanted to be available to my kids who are now older, like they're not like small children anymore. So that right there is what started to create the connection with mothers that were working a 9-to-5 job who wanted to see themselves move from their 9-to-5 into full-time entrepreneurship. So when you're creating your core messaging, you want to make sure that you create stories that create a connection with your audience. So that's all I got for you today. My name is Dakisha Williams, your webinar strategist. Be passionate, be purposeful, but more importantly, be profitable. I'll see you guys next time.